Hello, and welcome back to Zerg Silver 2. Silver 2, guys, we're making our way. Making our way downtown. I don't know the lyrics anymore. Passing fast. Going with class. Damn it. Okay, guys, we got a Protoss.
Zerg time. Nice. Okay.
Yo, Kanan, thank you for the bits. Kanan! Thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Yeah. Alright, boys.
We require more.
Excuse me. Okay, so again, scouting, basic scouting, guys. The goal here in silver is still the same. It's still the same. Maxing out at now 920 because we're upgraded now. We're in a little bit of a higher league now, and also scouting the natural. The thing that will change if we do see something from his natural. Or sorry, if we don't see a nexus, we're gonna make a spine. If we do see a nexus, or like something that looks like he's gonna expand early, then we're fine. We don't have to worry about being defensive in any way. Just making drones, boys. 5SD, 5SD. Don't forget! 5SD, 5SD, 5SD. Every 3 seconds. If you want to be really crazy and have lots of adrenaline and high PM, every second. Don't get carpal tunnel though. But every like 3 seconds. 5SD, 5SD. 5SD. Okay, so we're looking at his natural. We're just gonna see. We can move here, and then we can shift click it to like right here is fine. A little cliff. So the Overlord will figure it out for us. What are we dealing with here? Rally my hatcheries to the expansion because our main is fully saturated. Send an extra drone down, and we're good. And remember what I said about Overlords as well? Move them to open gaps now as well. And look! We have an expansion, guys. And our Overlord is shift rallied, so it's going to move itself to a safe location now. So, don't make a spine. That's all we needed to scout. I don't care about anything in his main right now. We'll do that later. Scouting will evolve as we evolve as a player. We now know we can make drones. That confirms it. And here's an even bigger one now. Because we can react to this player, this Protoss player, let's do this as well. You guys ready for something crazy? Make our third queen, make our lair, make our overlords as we can. Make our overlords go to open air spaces. And now let's take, before we take a roach warren, let's take a third base. And then now, let's take a roach warren. Once we can afford it, once we spend our money on our larva, so basically after this next inject, we will then make a roach warren. So we've got one larva left, spend it, and then make a roach warren. Okay, it's spent. We can make a creep tumor and make a roach warren. I don't give a shit where you put it. There, for instance. Don't give a shit. Put it wherever you want. Now we're fully saturated on the natural. Let's take some gases. And let's start another queen. Queen number 4 for creep spread. Remember that. So, inject, make drones, and start a creep tumor. Make drones, make a creep tumor. Make drones. 5SD. This queen now can go over to my new base that's about to finish and be ready to inject it. Okay, we got 4 drones over. Let's rally all my hatcheries to the new base. And let's send 4 drones over. Get roach speed. Let's get a Evo chamber. Okay, is that a real oracle? Looks like it's we'll just assume it's a real oracle. So keep making drones. It is a real oracle. Make spore. Make spore. Make spore. Check my bases. How's main doing? Main's doing okay. Okay, inject. 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 Keep making drones, guys. Creep spread. Creep spread. Let's get a weapon upgrade on my roaches. And now, we have, we're at a stage now where we, let's squeeze in some roaches, okay? We've been making drones a lot. Let's squeeze in like 10 roaches to be safe. If we go for a faster third, we can get a faster economy because of this. But we're going to go ahead and squeeze in like 10 roaches just to be safe. Also, he went for an oracle, and that makes it also fine to make drones too. But anyways, we're going to make roaches. Don't forget to make roaches. Just squeeze them in. If you make a hatchery a third base because he expanded fast, if you do this faster, make roaches at some point during your saturation of your third base. And again, the goal is like 10, the goal is like 10 roaches, roughly. So we injected, we injected, we injected. Let's creep spread. Hold shift. We can throw down more tumors. Hold shift again. Throw down another tumor. This queen has a lot of energy. Grab the active ones. Creep tumor. Grab the active one. Creep tumor. And make drones again. Check my bases. This base needs to be fixed. Let's make a gas. It needs 6 more drones for the gas in the mineral line. Check this base. It needs 2 more drones. Check this base. It needs 1 more drone. So keep making drones and we'll see what happens. We'll just grab our drones as it goes. Inject. 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 There's 1 drone here. Let's send it to the gas. Because now this is good saturation. Let's also take another base because it's good saturation. Take 3 drones off it. Again, send them to the gas. Main base. Let's make 3 drones. Put them to this gas. And then this base is fine. Take 1 more drone. Make it to go to there. We're fine. Hatcheries are still rallied to my... we made overlords just now too. Because we're about to block. We made like 5 or 6 overlords. Keep making drones and put them on that base right there. Because we're not at 80 drones yet. Let's go ahead and take 1 drone off my main. Make a Hydra Den. Take another drone and make a second Evo. And then build 2 drones to replace those 2 drones we just lost. And we're good. We can grab these, we can grab all of these production buildings. Even though they're not actually producing anything. Put them in control group 4. And I'm going to give you a tip now. This is a tip for Zerg players. Supplies to everyone, by the way, but for Zerg it applies the most because Zerg doesn't need production facilities like Protoss and Terran do. Because the hatcheries count as that. Saturate this base with new drones. Let's make another like 6 because we're going to make a couple of gases. And 1 more hatchery. Now check this out, guys. Hotkeys. If I hit 4, look at how I can see all my buildings. You can also keep tabs of upgrades this way. A for attack. C for carapace. We now have dots in my Evo chambers. I can see they're being upgraded. Tab. If I really want to get metabolic boost, I can start an upgrade. There is now a dot in that building. If I want to get upgrades for Hydras, G, H for Hydra upgrades. If I wanted to tab over and get burrow movement, I can tell all my buildings have upgrades active in them if I want to by looking at these dots. So if I go like 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, I can keep tabs of my upgrades like this. So I don't have to physically look at the buildings all the time. I can look at the control group on the bottom. Saves you a shitload of time. I don't want speed though, so cancel that. I don't want roach burrow movement. Cancel that. I do want everything else though. So those are important. They're nice. Okay, moving on. Make Hydras. Look at my money. It's high. Let's go ahead and throw down 2 hatcheries. Because our money's high. Inject. 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 Creep. 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 Let's shift move the queen over here because I can't really see through these weeds. They're kind of blocking my vision. So let's physically move the queen over here to plant some creep on the other side of it so I can get across this annoying terrain placement. Queen can plant a creep tumor, maybe even a second creep tumor. And now let's move our queen up to like the top side to expand creep up here now. You can be like creep tumor, shift, creep, creep, creep. Call it a day. Go to my bases. Saturate. Saturate, make Hydras. Okay, now we need a couple overlords. Inject. Hold shift, inject. Hold shift, inject. We're good to go. Make sure we grab our hatcheries that are done. We can rally, grab these 2 as well. Shift them in. We're all in group 5 now. We can rally them all here in case we ever want to make new drones. And rally point my units to like right there so it's all organized. Make some more Hydras. And we're done. Now let's look at our bases one final time. Let's go ahead and get an infestation pit. Make a drone to replace it. Let's grab some drones off this mineral line. Send them up to the top over here. We're fine. Now attacking. Let's attack. Let's go to his potential third. Natural, ramp, main. See what happens. While we're doing this, inject. Inject. Oh wait, we gotta fix this too. So we injected that, and now let's send 4 drones up to the new base. Now let's go back to our third, because it's the last thing we had to inject. And now let's spread our creep again, right? Because that's after injects. Creep. 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 Where's the next one? There it is. Always follow your creep in a line too. This is a nice tip. This is another tip I'll give you guys right now really fast. Whenever you spread your creep, the next time I spread my creep, I will give you, like you just saw what I did, but I'll explain why it's important and what you may not be noticing that's very subtle about it. In 1 second. We'll make hydras. Hydras are getting killed. We'll make new ones. Good stuff. Now, inject. 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 Now check this out. When you spread your creep, do not spread your creep like this. Pick a tumor randomly. Pick a tumor randomly. Pick a tumor randomly. Do not just hectically move your camera around your screen like that. Go to one side of your creep and then wave it, like go along the whole wave of your creep and do it in a straight line. So if I go to the bottom or the top, it doesn't matter. We'll go to the bottom. This is the bottom-most tumor. Grab it. Next one, go up. You go up your creep in a wave. Go to the next tumor in a wave. Next tumor. Next tumor. You can control click tumors as well, and you can go tumor, tumor, tumor. And now we just did our whole creep in a wave. It's much more organized that way, and it's much easier and more optimal to saturate your creep that way across the whole map. Instead of just being like, I'm gonna make a tumor here. Now I'm gonna make a tumor there. Now I'm gonna make a tumor over here. Now I'm gonna do a tumor here. Now I'm gonna do a tumor over here. Then I'm gonna go way up here and do a tumor. Then I'm gonna go way down here and do a tumor. Like that is how some people do spread their creep, and it is very inefficient. Because it's hectic, it's sloppy, doesn't make any sense. Do it in a wave that flows. Let's start 3-3 upgrades. Inject, shift, inject. Move my camera, shift, inject. Look at my saturations. Need to grab 2. Mark, thank you very much for the sub, by the way. I appreciate you, dude. I don't know if I just said that, but I thank you, Mark. I love you, man. Straight 2-8. Put my new drones on this base. We're good. Select all army. We see bases here, so let's go along the top side now. A move this base. Shift, A move the minimap on this base. Then go down, hit that base. Then go hit his natural. Then hit his main. So we just A moved all over his expansions that could be on the top side of the map. Because we see this dude is expanding on the top side of the map. Now behind this, once again, inject, inject, inject. Wave that creep. Inject, creep. Creep. Creep in a wave formation. Creep. Here's another tip again as well. If you ever get in a situation like this, always take a second to put your creep tumor on the very top pixel of vision on a ramp. If you do not do that, you get minimal vision above the ramp. So if I put my creep tumor here, it's pretty shitty. Doesn't really give me any vision above the ramp, and I waste my time. But if I put my creep tumor here, suddenly I get vision that will expand about a little bit further forward above the ramp, which allows me to then place tumors above and go beyond. So watch. So that now would allow me to plant this tumor on the high ground above it and go further. And then it spreads like normal. So always put your tumor on the top pixel of a ramp every time. So you avoid getting stuck on the ramp for too long and you're like, I can't see. Tumors can spread themselves. You don't always have to have units to assist them. And here's another tip, and a cool one. You can also, if you remember I said you can move your queen to see across the weeds. Here's a tip that a lot of Zergs actually don't know. If you put your tumor on the corner of the weeds, you can actually spread through the corner of the other weeds. This happens on all forms of terrain that screw it up. GG! Well played. See ya. Now check this out. We'll show you before we leave this game. So notice, you might not notice this, but check this out. Do you see that creep right there? If you put it on the corner of the weeds, where if you visualize it, if you're gonna make a straight line with your mouse where it goes corner, 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 you can actually slip through the gap of it's like looking through 2 cracks of a wall to the other side. So obviously I can't put, it's not a straight line here because the weeds block it. I can't put a straight line here because the cliff blocks it. But if I go diagonally like this, I can actually slap a tumor down on the other side of the weeds, and I skip a lot of the fucking time it wastes. You can do this on all forms of vision blocking terrain. And then go in the wave. Spread your creep. Spread your creep. Spread your creep. And here's one more tip, okay? One more tip of creep spread. I will not apply this until I get higher level. But you can rapid fire creep too, okay? Like this. That's just a preview, okay? Come back again in like platinum and I'll teach you how to do that. Right now, get excited about it because that could be you in the future. Not gonna teach you guys that right now though. That's not necessary for silver. It's just something you can look forward to. Don't tease low league YouTube videos with this. No, it's really important though. Like there are so many tricks that can make you a faster, better player if you just know what they are. But again, that comes with time. So there are you could definitely be quick about a lot of things in this game. Which is why, you know, when someone says, how do I increase my APM? It's just knowing what to do and knowing how to do it. It's not about just slapping your keyboard really fast. Okay. Boom. All right, boys. We got a Terran. Make that drone. Make that drone.
We require more minerals.
That cliffhanger, though. Okay, so let's grab the Overlord and let's go like this. Move it here. Shift move the Overlord like right here. Just away. This is actually not a cliff. It's weird. I don't know. My Overlord always dies there. This map sucks. Hate that cliff. It's not a cliff. It's a troll. Your Overlord always dies. 5 SD. 5 SD. 5 SD. I don't trust it. It's bad. Okay, I'll trust you, chat. I'll trust you. Move it here. Shift move your Lord to the center of the cliff. It's bad. This cliff is just know that this cliff is death. There should be a skull on the top of it. This is Skull Cliff because your Overlord's gonna die there in a minute. Pick your pool. 5 SD. 5 SD. 5 SD. Okay, so again, we're looking at did he expand or did he not expand? If he did not expand, roaches before third, spine, still make drones, but spine, roaches before third, and then we're safely taking a third. If he did expand, take a third before roaches, and then make roaches after third. And then we're actually just really efficient then. It's really optimal. So fully saturated main, send one drone down, clean up my natural, make an Overlord, we're good to go. No natural, guys. See this? And nothing. There's nothing. Don't worry about scouting into the main. It doesn't matter. Who cares right now? It's gonna distract us for too long. It's a waste of our time. But we do see a guy who has the potential to fuck us up right now. With Hellions, with Reapers, with Marines. It doesn't matter. People play crazy. So let's go ahead and throw down a spine. Just to be safe. And now this also does mean we're going to be going into layer roaches and then third. And here's why this makes sense and it is logical. If this guy delays his natural, we are now going to increase the chances we will not die to any type of an attack, but our build is still efficient enough to still put us in the lead if he does something awkward and inefficient. This is safe efficiency is what this is. There's greedy efficiency and there's safe efficiency. If he went for an expansion, there's nothing stopping us from being greedy efficient. He can't punish us for being greedy, so it's unpunishable. But if he does not expand, he totally can punish us if we're too greedy. So now we're safe efficiency. So it's still efficient, but it's just safe. Make overlords, make drones, do all that fun stuff. Now we're fully saturated on the natural. We have a roach warren almost done. We have all this stuff being made. We can now start a third, but this is basically when we're going to be starting roaches. So it's the third is later than it could have been, like when we compared to like last game. So now we're starting roaches and the third starts. We're going to make roaches again up to about 10, and we're good. Start a roach speed upgrade. We can start an Evo chamber as well. Does not matter where you put it. Who cares? Put it there, for instance. Make one drone to replace that drone. Let's make another. Like 2 drones and we're good. Or sorry, 2 roaches and we're good. Creep spread. We just injected, so let's synergize some creep spread with that and make a 4th queen. Notice how we also delayed our 4th queen from last game a little bit this time because we didn't have the money to afford it. Because we didn't prioritize our 3rd as fast. So we don't have drones mining for us right now. So our 4th queen is coming out a tiny bit later. Because we didn't prioritize the 4th queen, we prioritize our larva all the time. A lot of people will be confused about being like, wait, when do you do this? When do you do that? I don't understand. Hold on, I'm confused. Larva is always your priority. If you have larva on the ground, just sitting there like I have right now, this is bad. The only reason why we had it there is because we were supply blocked. But always spend your larva first and then add in more things on top of that. That is an efficient build of Zerg. If you ever go, you know what, I want to make a roach warren, and I have 5 larvae sitting there, and now I have to wait to make my larvae into drones. That's bad. That's not good. That's inefficient. And yeah, we're a spy block because our overlord died because it was on fucking Skull Cliff. That thing always dies there. Always dies, chat. It always dies. They keep making drones. We're almost there to optimal saturation. Let's go ahead and throw down our... we can do inject. 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 Let's throw down our Hydra Den. Our second Evo, and we can even make our last gas in our main too. Keep making drones. Keep making drones. Keep making drones. Make some creep. Make some creep. Make some drones. Make some creep. Try drones again. We didn't make drones the first time there, but we made 1 drone the second time, and 1 drone again the 3rd time. 1 drone the 4th time. Every 3 seconds or so, we're hitting make drones. We're almost fully saturated. Saturate the base properly. Let's take another base on top of that, because we're still droning hard, and we're now about to fully saturate the 4th base. Grab 4 off, send it over. All hatcheries are now rallied here. Make some overlords, we're about to block. And good. We can be like, look at upgrades. Hydra upgrades, cool. Evo chamber upgrades, cool. Inject. 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 Creep spread. We're putting a creep tumor throughout our main, so we have nice creep coverage throughout the main. And then do it like a wave from bottom to top. Or top to bottom, however you want. Doesn't matter. Get another active tumor out there. It doesn't matter where you put your queen's active tumors at, but always spread your creep in a wave. So even though I put tumors down with my queen wherever I thought there was gaps that needed to be filled, next time I will do the wave. Do the wave. Do the wave. Like you just keep repeating the top to bottom or bottom to top wave. Okay, so drone count is at 83. That's fine. Make some overlords because we're going to block soon, and make some hydras. And look at my money. I spent it all. We still have 1,000. Let's take a hatchery. Send 3 drones to that gas too. Inject. 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 Can we inject again? Yes, we can, because we missed an inject. Do it again. Do it again. And there's a lot of injects going on. Make some hydras. Now let's do the wave. Creep. Creep. Queen can make another creep tumor there. Creep. 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 Saturate my gases. 2 more overlords. Let's also start an infestation pit so we can get ready to go to a hive to get our upgrades to go to 3-3. We're done with drones. Make hydras. Inject. 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 Creep. Creep. Again, on top of the ramp, guys. This is a ramp. That's why I can't see up here. So don't make the creep tumor like over here. make it at the ramp. So it'll unravel vision up here. It'll unveil it. And now I can make creep tumors on the high ground. Make a creep tumor there. Creep tumor. Again, high ground. This one, just make it there, whatever. We're going to put it on the high ground as soon as we have more vision there. Creep tumor, go this way. Creep tumor, go high ground again. Creep tumor, go this way. Let's check my bases. We can go hive, oversaturated by 6. Grab 6. Good. Good. Not good. Grab 1 off again and send it down here to the bottom. We can even take a new base. Fuck it. We'll take another base. Make hydras. We are maxed out. 916 max out. Now, once again, with the control group upgrades, like we talked about before, if we have number 4, we can go 4, attack, carapace, boom. We can see our upgrades going on 4. Look at my money. I can't really spend it. Let's just start on a couple extra macro hatches in the main, because why not? This way we'll have a lot of larvae to make sure we're good. Select the hatcheries, shift them into the control group. Make sure we have this one too, because we just made this one recently. Click it, shift it in. All the hatcheries are selected now. We should be good. Except, this one's not even selected. Grab it, shift it in. We can rally all hatcheries now to a new base, and all rally points to a new open spot, and we're good. Now let's go ahead and scour the map. First attack, we can go to his 3rd. Shift, the ramp, the wall, natural, the ramp, main. And just let my army do whatever the hell it's going to do. Does not matter, again. Remember this trick? Corner to corner through the weeds. Thread the needle through the gap. So, next creep tumor. From top to bottom this time. Creep, 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 creep tumor, creep tumor, creep tumor, and creep tumor. And we can put another 2 more over here. Why not? Make some hydras. Maybe I have to do it here. Shit. This is a fishy one. Okay, so we're going base trade. Remember in base trades? Remember we talked about? Rally your hatcheries to a safe location in your base and just keep making hydras if this guy is going to base trade. It's okay if we go under drone count now if this is a base trade. Just make hydras and inject your bases still. Don't stop injecting your bases. Inject your bases. Make hydras. This army here that we group up after the base trade's over should really start thinning it out. We're not worrying about microing. We're not worrying about saving everything. We're not worrying about all this crazy shit. If we see something really obvious like this, we can be like, hey, drones, run over here to this mineral line. Whatever. And look at this new safe rally point that we have made hydras on. Suddenly it's doing really great in the base trade. And now, after the base trade is dealt with, now we can be like, okay, you know, he lost all of his bases. We lost a couple bases. Let's fix our drone count. And we can make a bunch of drones, and suddenly we're back up to 60 plus. And then at this point, again, we'll rehash again the last thing we talked about last time this happened. We would go, okay, how many active bases are still there on the map? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's still 12 bases. That's a lot of bases. We could easily go back up to like 80 drones right now and then make units again because there's so many bases. 80 drones is like 4 active bases at a time. So if we have 12 bases to work with, that's plenty of bases that not only we're going to be able to have ourselves, even if he tries to retake some bases himself, we're not going to be contesting over like the one last base. So 80 drones would be great. However, if this map only had like 5 bases left that we both had to contest for, 80 drones is probably excessive. Realistically, we're probably only going to be controlling maybe like 3 of those bases or something like that. Because 5 bases means he's dead at that point. Like the game's over anyways. So going to 80 drones on like 3 base saturation is excessive. We would want to maybe stop at like 60 then. So like what we have now would be where we would stop if there was very few bases left. So yeah, you just make hydras during the base trade, defend it, you're fine. You can then attack him with his army if you want to, while you pay really close attention to your saturation, take your bases that died, maybe even take another base, doesn't matter, and make drones. And suddenly, you're back up to 80, in the realm of 80 drones again, 80, 84, and you're good to go. Happy as a clam. Because you also have to keep in mind, too, that that Terran is getting destroyed in a base trade as well. He doesn't just have all this stuff to recover off of himself. He's losing everything as well. But, guys, thank you for watching. This was Silver 2. We just got promoted to Silver 1. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.